Hello everyone, welcome back to Red Flag Apocalypse Edition, a show where we take a deeper look into some pretty important and often f***ed up things, because no matter how hard one tries, the magical healing rocks and the live, laugh, love tattoos can only do so much. I'm your host, Thomas L. Townsend. I'm Chief Creative Officer of Colony 9 Productions. Now, all two of our dedicated viewers may have noticed that we've been on somewhat of a hiatus since, I see. Huh. Well, aside from that, we've taken it upon ourselves to revamp the look of the show to emulate much more successful and higher budget programs, so that the feelings of inadequacy do not creep in and bring us to our knees. Hence also why I'm sitting down, because cartilage. Now, a lot of things have changed since then. The Democratic primaries happened, and though it's not over yet, we may actually have the choice of choosing between a senile old man who sniffs children and a senile old man who sexually assaults them. Well, what a time to be alive, guys. America, land of choice. Oh, yeah. Oh, you think this is coffee? Cute. Burns says it's working. Speaking of impending doom, this episode is about COVID-19, an incredibly infectious virus that has taken over 30,299 lives worldwide. That's basically the population of St. Augustine, Florida, which is might as well, because they're probably just going to cough in your mouth when you cross the state line there. They have no ordinance at the moment. So, United States has the most infected as of this moment, and yeah, we're number one. There's been a lot of misinformation about the virus, from claiming that it's a deep state conspiracy manufactured to expose Tom Hanks, an objectively wonderful human being, as a pedophile, to blatant disregard for human life. I mean, your granddad. What about the stock market, guys? I mean, look. Red line good. The thing that definitely affects us all working class schmucks. Sweet f***ing Christ. I cannot wait to cash out my 401k. Whatever the f*** that is. However, in a terrifying time such as this, we must rely on cooler heads to prevail, and those that are willing to jump into action. We require a competent person in charge to see us through this. Look, I know he's not in charge. Just leave it up. Unfortunately, we have this chowder dick at the helm, and the man is so goddamn buffoonish, I would honestly take reverberations from someone's moist ass cheeks over anything he says. And I'm sure no one hates this pandemic more than Donald Trump. And not for the reasons you think.
Nearly 200 dead, 14,000 who are sick, millions, as you witness, who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. Go ahead. I think
I
it's a very nasty question, and I think it's a very bad signal that you're putting out to the American people. The American people are looking for answers, and they're looking for hope.
Yes, that was the president of the soon-to-be former United States chastising a reporter for a simple and important question. The reporter lobbed him a softball, and not only was it a swing and a miss, he let it hit him right square in his old shriveled sack. You are welcome for that imagery. Now, I know that some may say that it is difficult for Trump and that he's under a lot of pressure, to which may I offer a reusable straw, sir? Good for the environment, and you can suck it the f*** up. You're the president, my dude. Undergoing scrutiny is part of the deal. You think we let you live in this giant cake-looking mansion because we like you? No, you have a job to do. And yes, it absolutely looks like a cake. I mean, some buttercream icing, maybe some angel food or devils if you're feeling naughty. But COVID, well, it's some How you wonder? Well, I'm glad you asked, imaginary person in the room. 23 states have officially issued stay-at-home orders, meaning almost 50% of the nation's population is urged to travel to those places that are deemed, well, essential. That is to say that grocery store associates, healthcare professionals, and food service workers are on the front line and they're instrumental in the emergency relief effort. To which I kind of find extremely ironic because, and not in the Alanis Morissette way, although that was a terrific song. It was kind of a jam back in the day. Because when faced with the radical idea of paying these people a living wage, this was a thing.
Capitalism is not a charity case. Capitalism exists to provide goods and services to people and make profits for businesses.
Thrives with the free market.
Minimum wage is a stepping stone. You want to be able to first flip burgers and then flip houses. It's not the end result.
No, very good. All right.
So that aged well, yeah. But those mummified foreskins over at Fox News really changed their tune on what labor is unskilled. You see, these people have been exposing themselves to a deadly virus on poverty wages so that we can be treated and fed. You know, that thing we need to survive. Years from now, it's to erect a statue of these folks made out of the melted down gold coins that these Scrooge McDuck motherfuckers have been swimming in for years. And apologies to Scrooge McDuck. Let me go ahead and say that. He's not, I mean, he's all right. He's no Donald, but the theme song was nice. Speaking of Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man, last year his company Whole Foods cut the medical benefits of part-time workers. You know, those workers now classified as essential. Now I know there's some people out there who would say, hey, you call me fuck! Part-time workers should only get part-time benefits. To which I say,
Спасибо, товарищ.
thanks. I took Spanish. And two, what kind of 80s movie villain character are you? You do realize that this isn't some type of science fiction show where people go home and power down their flesh prisons and let their consciousness have a party with 3 cartoon characters of their choosing. And I'm tired of saying this is Carmen Sandiego, for fuck's sake. She's got the mystery. I like that. People still exist outside of work, and their health and well-being isn't determined by dollar signs. These part-time workers are right now making sure that we don't starve to death. Now, the upside is it only took a global pandemic to realize that our lives are worth more than financial gain, a lesson I'm sure that everyone has learned. No, I'm not looking at that. You can't make me.
I said earlier today that I hope we can do this by Easter. I think that would be a great thing for our country, and we're all working very hard to make that a reality. We'll be meeting with a lot of people to see if it can be done. Easter is a very special day for many reasons. For me, for a lot of our friends, that's a very special day. And what a great timeline this would be.
So that's the thing. The guy wants the country to reopen despite the fact that lots of people could die. And in the spirit of Easter, I've been told that after 3 days... hold on, let me consult the Bible here. After 3 days, they'll still be dead as Our president is the mayor from Jaws who wants to keep the beaches open whilst the shark noms another kid. Also, I just want to say this is a metaphor. Don't harm sharks. The waters aren't infested, they live there. Sharks are rad. Sharks are rad. So you're probably seeking respite in this incredibly trying time, and the good news is I actually have some for you. People have started to catch on that the things that we were told once were impossible, things like universal basic income, working from home for the disabled, and a healthcare system that isn't fucking awful. You see, we accidentally stumbled into doing the right thing for once. Like, I don't know, in the morning when you put on your pants, right? And you know you're supposed to put them on one leg at a time, and you know you're stumbling around, and then you trip and fall into some decent health care. And the next question you're probably asking is, well, what are we going to do, you lumberjack-looking fuck? Well, you can probably Google the local and state ordinances for these stay-at-home orders that have taken effect. It's important that we get the facts. For here in Asheville, for example, it's encouraged that travel be limited to essential places such as to and from work. If you're one of these aforementioned employees, pharmacies, hospitals, grocery stores, and restaurants still offering takeout are good. And if you live in a tourist town like myself, I would strongly advise you to shop local if you can for your supplies, as the economy, well, it's going to get bad. As of now, there's no curfew, and the authorities are not allowed to stop and ask for documentation as proof. So it's more like an honor system at this point. So try not to mess it up for the rest of us. The homeless are also advised to take shelter, which where? Yeah, they're not providing that, so... This last one is mostly for Black and Latinx communities. This ordinance does not present the police with new powers to stop and search you. Even in a pandemic, it's probably good to know your rights. We will continue to try to give updates on this situation as this show will premiere more frequently now. And this wonderful shit show reality that we're all in, but who knows, maybe after this I can shave my beard and tell the rats that are living there that they can find some low-cost housing in 2020 in Asheville. Good luck. I want to end this episode with a simple, don't be a dick, my dudes. Especially to the people on the front lines of this epidemic. No more talking down to people that work at the drive-thru, and you know what? Maybe thank them for their service. I mean, people have thanked me for my service, and all I ever did in my Army career was toss rocks out of sheer boredom, drinks lots of energy drinks, and just piss a lot. I mean, you didn't need to know that, but it brought us closer together. The best things you can do right now are stay indoors. Don't hoard supplies unless you're planning on sharing. Practice social distancing, 6 feet apart. And please, wash your hands. I don't care what you do with them, so long as you lather, rinse with warm water for 20 seconds. Now stay safe. And we'll get through this together. So, what? I'm a prepper. Oh, hi there. You've been sitting here watching me eat. That's cute. Be sure to visit our Patreon and like and subscribe, please, because we're also unemployed during this time, and, well, artists need to eat these noodles too, so. Wash your hands.